All right, everyone, we're kicking off another week of Simply Bitcoin, where we break down the daily news from Twitter, the daily fail, the meme review, the software releases, the websites by plebes. We got it all. Drop us a like and subscribe. All right, let's go to the numbers. We are currently at a block height of 669,769. Current Bitcoin price, 44,670. Chain rewrite days, 574. Total lightning capacity, 1,071.34 BTC. Bitcoin versus gold market cap, 6.92%. And a sharp decline in sats per dollar. 2,237. It's like they just disappeared.
Man.
Let's get Satoshi back out here, Let's get him back out here. And also to our to our viewer that requested that if we go above 42K during this month, that we swap out to the Bitcoin Orange stretchers, and there they are, Bitcoin Orange. They were supposed to come out at 100K, so I don't know what I'm going to do for the 100K, but it's gonna have to be something like this, I guess.
It's gonna have to one up.
Maybe glow in the dark. Maybe glow in the dark orange.
I like
maybe
that.
I'll try to,
like fluorescent orange. I like that idea. That's a good idea. Anyways, guys, for anyone who's new to this channel, this is Satoshi, the Bitcoin chicken, and he clucks every time the price of Bitcoin reaches an all-time high, which it did today. So he clucked. You guys are in luck if this is your first video, because he hasn't clucked for 3 weeks. So it's an awesome day, all-time high. That being said, Phil, it's time for it.
The daily fail. We figured why not have a Roger Ver fail, right? Because you know that it just kills him, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. This tweet came out the day before as it was starting the pump. But yeah, so ETH is just 2 price doublings away from surpassing Bitcoin in market cap. So look, for all the people that sit there and look at market cap as a metric, okay? Although market cap is interesting, it's not really relevant to Bitcoin. We here at Simply Bitcoin stick with what matters, which is the hash rate. Okay, that's really what matters, and that was again at an all-time high very recently. Okay, I think it might have even been yesterday or the day before. I'm not even sure. But anyways, I just, it's just so funny to see these guys like look at this. Like he started an affinity scam, okay, and is shilling another affinity scam instead. This is how much he hates Bitcoin. He's willing to shill you ETH. Anyways,
dude,
what are your thoughts?
Man, the guy's an idiot, bro. He started Bitcoin Cash. What else is there to say? And it's just funny. It's just funny that he's given up so much on Bcash, right? That he's now just starting to show ETH, I guess. It's hilarious. Absolute fail. That being said, Phil, it's time for
the daily meme review.
All right, everybody. The daily, I just said daily fail, but it is the daily meme review. The daily meme is brought to us by Rockstar Dev. Let's check out his meme. If I run into Stu Presidente at one of the Bitcoin conferences, I need to enlighten that guy and teach him how to hold 50%. That's a dump for ants. Have some conviction. Know why you entered position. Believe. And if it's too hard, just switch to Bitcoin's not gonna. I don't know what the U stands for, but
number go up technology.
Oh my God, it's obvious.
I know, right? I had to ask too once upon a time.
Look, I'm on this side of the hodlers. But dude, it's so funny, Phil, because this chart looks like a meme, and this is why memes are so effective. It looks so cryptic. It looks so stupid, but it makes perfect sense, right? The people in the middle that haven't really thought Bitcoin through are the number one naysayers. It's absolutely hilarious, right? So it is a very clever meme, Phil. I'm going to give that a 9. What about you?
Dude, we are in sync today. The 9 total. I mean, it's true, right? It's always, and I have to say, that, and I think it was what was it, Albert Einstein that said, like intelligent people face the fiercest opposition from mediocre minds or something like that.
Yep.
And it's exactly that, right? Like these, that bump in the middle. I can't tell you how many of those people, right, that haven't done enough research, that just believe this absolute garbage, pretty much just what they've been spoon-fed on mainstream media. Like that to them is research. I want you to imagine that. Listening to mainstream media is considered research in some cases.
Exactly. And they're going to have fun staying poor.
Oh, yes.
And Phil, the next meme is brought to us by, I have to give the memer credit. It's brought to us by Pip King 101. Yep. Let's check it out. I don't even see the price anymore. All I see is stackers and morons. Man, absolutely right. Very simple meme, very effective. Phil, I'm going to give that a 9.5. What about you?
I stuck with the 9 on this one. I think it was still a good solid 9. And why did you give it a 9.5?
The source material was great. The messaging was clear, right? It was very easy to understand. So yeah, for me, it was an easy 9.5. What about you?
The reason why I gave it a 9 is only because it's an insider meme. Stackers, don't get me wrong, but I've said stacking to tons of people that know nothing about Bitcoin. They had no clue what I said. And I could say that, let's say out of 5 people that I said the word stacking to, 2 of them came back and said, what does that mean? So, and those are the 2 people that are curious. And to be honest, those 2 people now buy Bitcoin. But it's like,
so you did you did your job. You orange.
I did my job, but still, it's like there were, it was only those 2 people that were like, "What is that?"
But it's true. It's definitely very insiderish. It's very insiderish. But for the people that get it, it's absolutely hysterical. That being said, Phil, it's time for
the Daily News, sponsored by Crypto Cloaks.
All right, everybody, we have a lot of news for today, a lot of good news, a bombshell piece of news. Anyways, starting out with like kind of a bullet point documenting Bitcoin BTC. I mean, their handle, awesome Twitter account. Definitely recommend the follow. There's 4 million less Bitcoin available now than we thought. Your current Bitcoin price targets are too low. And of course, he's referencing basically the amount of Bitcoin that is estimated to be lost, right? Because there is a total supply of 21 million, but it's estimated 3 or 4 million of those Bitcoins are not accessible. People lost the private keys. Anyways, I thought that was very interesting. But the big piece of news for today, ladies and gentlemen, is Tesla. This is the official legalese signing. This is the real deal. We will link that down in the link description. And here's the headline. Tesla buys 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, plans to accept it as payment. Guys, who predicted it? Who told you first? We were dropping those thumbnails. Simply Bitcoin said this was going to happen for the last 2 months. We called it here. Smash that like button. But yeah, man, absolutely massive. And Pump has an observation, a tweet, assuming that Tesla and Elon Musk bought Bitcoin over the last couple of weeks, we can use an estimated purchase price of 35,000. So the fact that he, deleted Bitcoin off his bio and he started putting Doge and he was kind of trolling around, which we also said here on Simply Bitcoin, man, that's huge. A Fortune 500 company just announced to the world that it feels that Bitcoin is stronger money and has that in its reserve assets. This is absolutely massive. This changes everything. Bitcoin has just gained so much legitimacy in the eyes of the public and the mainstream and all that it's just a matter of time before the dam completely breaks and you see Apple or Google or another Fortune 500 tech company make the same announcement, right? So absolutely massive. Phil, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so bit contrarian, but I totally agree about the perception stuff. Okay, all true. It definitely draws more attention onto the world stage. But I think that this is kind of a great opportunity to, kind of pat all the plebes, on the back, because we front ran all this shit. Okay. So, so look, don't get me wrong. Even though Tesla, a giant corporation, went and bought $1.5 billion in Bitcoin at the end of the day, I'm it's not really, how could I say this? I don't think they have as much skin in the game as a plebe that possibly has 90 or 100% of their wealth, where there's a little bit more personal skin in the game. So totally applaud Elon, totally love the news, think it's great for Bitcoin, but I think that this is a good opportunity to give a shout out to all the plebes, because like I said, we front ran this shit. So
Absolutely. And yeah, man, it's crazy. We were just was that a vindication, Phil? Was that a vindication?
That's what that is. It's like, it's pure vindication. Like when these guys come along, I know it's super exciting, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know what? We were here first. And there was people here before us too. And you know what? We were smart enough to pay attention to them. Like that's, so props to the OGs.
Props to the OGs. This is crazy. The dreams, would you call it dreams? I guess we were just vindicated, plebs. This is absolutely awesome. It was so awesome. I just spilled the chalkboard. I hit it aside. And Phil, the next piece of news, it's not as positive, right? So we started off with 2 positive pieces of news. This one is not so positive. And Edward Evanson from Slush Pool. And Slush Pool, for anyone that doesn't know, controls around 11% of the total Bitcoin hash rate. And why should you care? Why the hell am I talking about this random person? Well, it looks like Edward Everson, before he deleted the tweet, obviously admitted that he censors specific Bitcoin transactions. This is absolutely massive. We saw this already from Riot, from the NASDAQ publicly traded company. Also, they also announced that they're going to censor certain addresses. So the fact that 11% of the total Bitcoin network is censoring, that word in itself with Bitcoin, it's like it's oil and water. I can't believe I'm saying them together, is censoring transactions and trying to keep that old system alive, that KYC sanction, United States weaponizing the money type thing. So it's absolutely massive, man. Slush Pool censors transactions, and they own about 11% of the total Bitcoin hash rate. But for just a friendly reminder to everybody, it doesn't matter that even if, somehow you get all the pool operators around the world in different countries to kind of collude, right, to censor, transactions that they don't agree with, that don't come from KYC and all that. It's still not possible, because one transaction, all it takes is one miner not following those censorship rules to just allow the transaction will go through, right? So Bitcoin is still censorship resistant, but the best they could do, right, with these laws, and I didn't know that it was that big, is delay transactions, right? So just slow them down. The transaction eventually will go through, right? So Phil, what are your thoughts? That's pretty crazy, right?
It is. It's crazy. It's also sad. But look, you know what? I see it like this. I see these people excluding themselves out of the future economy. That's what I see. It kind of reminds me of like the horse. Like I imagine the horse and buggy people, right? They were probably able to pay other operators to sabotage cars and stuff like that, so that cars would never come out on the road, and you got to stick with the horse and buggies. It's like, this is exactly what we're seeing here, right? We've got these antiquated laws being pushed onto these people, and we're saying, hey, look, you want to continue to play, well, you got to play by these rules, but what they don't realize is that the game isn't taking place in their field anymore. It's not your stadium, it's not taking place there anymore, it's not your rules anymore. You just think it is, but it's not.
Absolutely. It's funny. It's funny. It's scary. And
kind of a bit of everything, right?
It's a bit of, it's all these emotions, right? This is like 2020, 2021, the fourth turning, baby. All this crazy stuff going on. Nico comes back fully shaven. What the hell's going on? What's happening? No one knows. But Phil,
All-time highs, orange stretchers.
I know, right? Satoshi's back. It's absolutely crazy. It's just another day in Bitcoin. We cover it here on Simply Bitcoin. Come check us out every day. Hit that subscribe button. Anyways, Phil, there was a software release today. Why don't you tell everybody about it?
Software releases. We've got Nunchuk version 0.9.7 that was released, and the details to that are in the show notes down below.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil. All right, guys, that was our show. It is the Monday edition, which you guys see on Tuesday, right? So hopefully we'll be at 50K by then, and Satoshi the Chicken will come back. But anyways, when you guys see this, don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and of course, we will see you the day after for another episode of Simply Bitcoin.